Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor and today we're reacting to Demi Lovato's new album, It's Not That Deep. But before I open the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love all things music. So we have been waiting for this album to come out. Obviously Demi graced us with a rock era with Revamped and Holy Fuck, and man, was I living in that era. I love a good pop rock sound. But it seems we are going the dance pop route, which all the pop girlies seem to be going down the dance pop route. And you know what? I'm not mad at it because I like to get up, I like to move, I like to dance, even if I'm not the best at it. And yeah, she seems happier. She seems in her happy, maybe healed era. We don't know. I just saw her post with Adele. Didn't know that mashup or that crossover events was coming, but dang, I mean, it makes sense because Adele is in fact like a pop queen on the rise, and I can see it. We have 11 tracks on here. I've already listened to all the singles, so that is Fast, Here All Night, and Kiss. I did react to Fast. That reaction will be somewhere on the screen. I did not react to the other two on here. I'm not sure there's going to be a lot lyrically to react to. It seems like it's going to be mostly like centered around production, and I'm a production girly. So in terms of tracks that I'm most excited to hear just based off of titles, I think Let You Go was the one that Spotify has recommended to me. But Sorry to Myself feels like a track that might maybe make me cry. So we'll see. There's only one track that we can consider relatively long on here, and that is Ghost. Otherwise, most of the tracks are batting between that 2 to 3 mark. So we'll see. So yeah, like always, due to copyright, things like will be sped up or blurred out. And if you see me looking in this direction, it's because we have genius lyrics pulled up so we know what we're talking about. So the next song that's on the list for us to react to is Frequency.
Black leather walking in, or so opulent. No righteous confidence. I need your oxygen. I can make you exist in the world down to little place like this. You can match my frequency. You can't deny all this electric energy. Under the lights, we synchronize, just you and I.
I do feel like I should be wearing something a little more designed for the club vibe. I definitely am feeling this very much so, like, not. It kind of feels like fall cottagecore-esque, maybe a little glam vibe. It does not feel like we're matching the vibe. But she's in her lover girl era. Love that for you. Black leather walking in, aura so opulent. No words, just confidence. I need your oxygen. I don't know who wrote this, but the rhyme scheme. I see how you did that there. That was, ooh. Apparently someone just walks in and captures the entire room. Eye contact so divine. Sends shivers down my spine. Our zodiacs align. Don't you think that's a sign? Our zodiacs align. What are our zodiacs? So Demi Lovato is a Leo and Jordan is an Aries. Okay. And that have strong astrological compatibility due to their shared ambition and playful energy. We have 2 fire signs. Two fire signs. Okay. And don't you think that's a sign? Ooh. I just have to tell the person who's writing this. Your rhyme schemes. Get it. Okay, so you're destined. The stars are aligned is what we're getting. Pre-chorus is, how can a diamond like you exist in a low-down, dirty little place like this? How can a lover like me ignore when you're giving me everything that I came here for? I guess we're at a club. Are we at the bar? I don't know where we're at. We're in a low-down place. Okay. And she's like, well, how can I ignore this? Like, this is obviously a sign from the universe. Chorus is, I found somebody who can match my frequency. You can't deny all this electric energy. Obviously, frequency, music, you know, I feel like that's pretty common to use in there and like interesting, but like they're on the same wavelength, like they're aligned. I mean, under the lights we synchronize, just you and I. No one can fuck up the vibe. And then the post chorus is fuck up the vibe. So yeah, like no one can kill the vibes. It's you and me. We're meant to be together and no one can intervene with that. Okay. We are having a love album. I mean, coming off of Taylor Swift's album, I feel like Sabrina gave us the dose of like cold water we needed, because some of these artists out here being in love feels like it's setting expectations high.
Your kiss intoxicates. Our bodies are place. Can't help but gravitate. Explore my outer space. And if we're living in the same relation, we're riding on this island.
Well, in that verse too, she said innuendos. I mean, it's Demi Lovato. What were we expecting? people out here looking at like our new pop girlies and being like, oh, Sabrina, and then looking at like Taylor, and it's like, just understand. Back in the day, Selena, Demi, and Miley were already putting some filthy verses on their tracks. You just weren't paying attention. And we know Demi Lovato will not stray away from that. Again, remember the title track for Holy Fuck. Okay, verse 2. Your kiss intoxicates, our bodies ride the bass, can't help but gravitate. I mean, we are. They could be in the club or they could be in the bedroom. Who knows? Explore my outer space. And if we're living in a simulation, at least we're riding on the same vibration. Well, she does have something out that can help you with that vibration. But also, Demi Lovato, a space reference, obviously necessary. Laughing my ass off seeing a space and alien reference there. And then, yeah, she's fun, she's cute, she's sweet. Okay. And then, we have a little explanation per the song. Demi explained that it was my producer, Joan, who made a beat in an Uber for the song Frequency. It was so new for me, so different, and I was like, wait, this is really fucking fun, excuse my language. I'm glad because everything that I've written has been a reflection of where I'm at today. So obviously, you know what? Fun. Fun is the vibe, fun is the mood. Up next is a song called Let You Go.
If you want, you can tell everyone I'm the problem. But I won't sit and watch while you sink to the bottom. Even if it means that you'll forget me. I think I need to let you go, let you go. It doesn't have to be forever, but it has to be right now.
Okay, we once again have very poppy, upbeat melodies matched. Well, it's more of a somber pop melody, but matched up with kind of sad lyrics. So our verses are kind of short. So verse 1, if you want, you can tell everyone I'm the problem, but I won't sit and watch while you sink to the bottom. Okay, she said, listen, I have no problem with how you want to paint the narrative because I know who I am. And frankly put, I can't stay here. Like, you would just bring me down. So, like, whatever you need to tell yourself, babes. And it kills me knowing what it was and what it will be. Maybe we'll be better as a memory, even if it means you'll forget me. Talk about having to let people go. I don't know if this is, I don't think this doesn't sound like a romantic relationship. Maybe Genius will have insight on that for me, but it feels like letting a friend or a family member go, of like realizing like it could have been so much better if like we were able to move past this or we were able to resolve the situation, but it's something that only like you can fix, and like maybe we're just going to be better in the rear view where it'll just be a forever memory, a bittersweet memory. And then the chorus is simply, I think I need to let you go to let you go. And then the other line is, it doesn't have to be forever, but it has to be right now, right now. It's like, listen, the best thing for me is to have to let you go. And while it may not be a permanent solution, it is the current solution. And that, man, wasn't expecting to start getting into the sad shit today. But Demi is always good at giving us some sad shit. Yeah.
If you get sick of playing the victim. And I swear, we can talk when you're ready to listen. I need to let you go.
Okay. I mean, there really wasn't much new information after that. Verse 2 is, I'll be there if you get sick of playing the victim, and I swear we can talk when you're ready to listen. Okay, I know I said I think this sounds like a friendship breakup or like a family breakup, but is it about her ex-fiance? What was his name, Max? Is it about him? Because 15 minutes? Anyone? Okay. You know what? Yeah. And then, of course, she never disappoints. That last chorus, she gave me a high note, a little ad-libs to sink my teeth into, because if she's got the voice, I want her to flex the voice, at least at some point. I don't know if production-wise this is going to be one that I'm going to go back to, which, granted, I've told, like, in the last few videos, I found that as I'm getting more like as I'm getting deeper into this channel and I'm consistently reacting to a ton of new music and full-length projects, I'm finding that it's a very rare case where I'm like fully enthralled and fully drawn in by an album upon first listen. It's very rare that happens. So I'll be on here and be like, I don't know about this song, and then immediately be like, oh, it happened with me for Tears on Sabrina Carpenter, it happened with me for Opalite on Taylor Swift. So who knows? Who knows how it's going to be. The next song is the one that I'm most curious to hear, Sorry to Myself.
My fingers and everyone else, but sooner or later, it lands on myself, my mistakes have
Oh, this one. This one feels like it's calling back to a lot of shit here. Okay, first one. I could point fingers at everyone else, but sooner or later it lands on myself. My mistakes have made mistakes of their own. Okay, kind of feels like talking about her past behavior, because we know from interviews past and things that she said, she wasn't exactly the most like agreeable person to work with, and then compounding by her addiction and everything, and you know that went on. She's like, kind of need to look within sometimes. Doubling down like it's second nature. I beat you to it. I was my favorite hater, but I'm tired now. I'm flirting with hope. I was my favorite hater. Calls back to I love me. Like, when am I gonna love me? When is I love me gonna be enough situation? Pre-chorus. I was the king of pain. I always found a new way to complain. Obviously making excuses. And they say, when you gonna change, honey? When you gonna face it? Why you gotta waste it? I feel like this is just like the sounding board of both the positive and the negative people in her life, kind of like getting on to her. It's like the people who are really on to her, of like, why you gotta waste all this money on this fame? Like, what are you doing to yourself? And then the other people like, why are you wasting your body away and everything? The chorus is, I'm sorry to myself for lying in the mirror saying, ooh, this is love. For lying in the mirror, pouring salt in the cut. So yeah, this one obviously saying is like, you were lying to yourself when you said like these past relationships were love, or like you're lying to yourself when you said like when the destructive things that you're doing was something that like was helping you. I'm sorry to myself for doing a number saying toughen up, for buying what you sell. I'm sorry to myself. Like, toughen up. I feel like this is something that like a lot of people are told to toughen up, like push the emotions down, like you know pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And sometimes the toughest, like bravest thing you can do is to actually sit in it and like feel it and work with it and work through it, rather than like bury it down and like necessarily build up all these walls to the point where you can't literally, where everything is literally waiting to burst out of you. So yeah, plus the whole self-medication portion of things, which comes along with addiction.
The world looks in a pink cloud. I'm going from the inside and laughing out loud when the rain hits. Yeah, don't forget this. Sorry for the starving, sorry for the burnout, sorry for the one ex who always broke me down. Sorry for the hurting, but love how it turned out.
Well, I don't fade out, and if you've been on my channel long enough, you know how I dislike fade outs. But I do really like this song. So this one, I feel like the bridge really gets into a lot of things, but let's go over verse 2. It's funny how the world looks in a pink cloud. I'm glowing from the inside and laughing out loud. When the rain hits, yeah, don't forget this. Like, you were dancing through the rain. Like, come on. Like, it's funny how everything looks on the other side when it's pink and rainbows and everything. It's funny, like, how when perspective and life change, how you can, like, actually start to feel something other than, like, pain. Okay, bridge. Sorry for the starving. Sorry for the burnout. Sorry for that one ex who always broke me down. Obviously, we know she's been very open about her eating disorder, particularly in songs like Melon Cake, and, like, how the people she was working with and herself made her feel like she had to constantly be losing the weight and everything. And then sorry for the burnout. I don't know who that one ex is. Could it be the ex that's mentioned on 29? Maybe, possibly. Do we think it's Joe? I don't think she'd like reunite on stage with him, but who knows. Sorry for the hurting, but love how it turned out. I'm sorry to myself. I'm sorry to myself. Basically saying, like, I'm sorry that, like, I put my body, put my mind through the people, like, myself entirely through this when I most definitely did not have to. But it's how it turned. This is how I turned out, and I can't, like, say that I would go back and change anything because it led me to where I am today. And I feel like that's a pretty optimistic outlook to have on life. Didn't cry in that one. I mean, it is a pop album. I don't know if I'll be crying. We'll see, Up next is, I think, one of the shorter songs. Well, they're all pretty short here. It's called Little Bit.
So instead of stopping it, we should do the opposite. What if we talk a little bit, touch a little bit, over it, not even a little bit.
Well, okay, back into sexy lovey-dovey territory. Let's go. Don't need to read your mind. Your body just said it all. Our walls are up so high. But what if we let them fall? It's basically like, I think we're back in the club. She's looking at him. He's looking at her. She's like, It's like, this is fun and all, but like, what if we just happen to also let down our emotional walls too? Maybe in their way, maybe they're in the way of something incredible, and let's find out right now. I can't hold it in now that we're alone again. So instead of stopping it, we should do the opposite. Like, what are we putting these walls up for? Like, what are we doing? Like, let's, throw back, ruin the friendship, babes. Demi, apparently it didn't work out for you the first time, but maybe it worked out here. Who knows? What if we talk a little bit, touch a little bit, move a little bit, just a little bit, kiss a little bit, undress a little bit, say you're not over it, not even a little bit. I see it. I see the vibes. I see what you're going for. So, like, it doesn't have to be super serious, but also, I would like you to commit to me. Not just a little bit. She's like, but like, what if we did? The whole question is like, but what? No, we don't. Say we like aren't ready for it, but also like, what if we are? Like, what if we just did the damn thing? So, you know?
Don't need to speak my mind, you already got it right. It's so coincidence, but perfectly right. Maybe one inside, or maybe I'll hit it right.
Okay, she was cute. I'm gonna have to wait and see how I feel about this after a few days, because she's not my favorite sonically so far. Don't need to speak my mind, you already got it right. It's no coincidence we're perfectly intertwined. We're back to our stars aligning here, like perfectly intertwined, probably because they're on top of each other and, everything. But maybe we're one and done, or maybe I'll hit it twice. Baby, let's find out right now. She's like, maybe this is a hit and quit it situation, maybe it's not. She said, like, it could be she's like, it doesn't have to be a one night stand if you don't want it to be. Okay, she was cute. Up next is a song called Say It. Okay, is this gonna be our fuck it moment? Because a little bit's like, but like, what if we do it? And then like, say it's like, actually we are going to do it. Although it could be about saying I love you for the first time. Who knows?
You know how I tend to overthink 1,000 things. I think I'm doing it again. So don't you make me read your mind. Open your lips and press rewind. Yeah, I already know. I know that you love me, I know. But I like it when you say it. Yeah, I already know. I know that you need me, I know.
Alright, she's cute. This is about saying I love you, kind of like what I thought. I was expecting a much sadder song from the opening sounds, but it doesn't look like it's going to be sad. You know how I tend to overthink 1,000 things. I think I'm doing it again every now and then. I need a little reassuring even though you never left. It's like, listen, I'm an overthinker. Like, anxious, depressed girly over here. I, in fact, will need some words of affirmation. Thank you very much. So don't you make me read your mind. Open your lips and press rewind. I want to feel your body closer when you tell me one more time. She's like, listen, I know it to be true. I know you've said it a million times, but also, why not again? Why not again? Chorus, yeah, I already know. I know that you love me, I know, but I like it when you say it. And that really is kind of the whole sentiment. I know that you need me, but I like it when you say it. And she just repeats it. It's like, internally, I know these things to be true, but I guess this is basically for the words of affirmation, girlies. Yeah. It's like, I need to hear it said out loud. It just sounds nicer, prettier, and like more true coming from your mouth.
For a moment, for a second, not offenses, but offenses when you're in my ear. And I think I might as well be touching heaven when you tell me what I wanna hear.
It's funny to me how part of this album feels like I should in fact be dancing up on someone in the club, and the other part feels like I should be skipping through a field of flowers with a flowy dress on and my flower crown on, and that's the vibe this is giving. Verse 2 is the only new information we get. For a moment, for a second, my defenses are defenseless when you're in my ear, and I think I might as well be touching heaven when you tell me what I want to hear. Am I the only one who's thrown back to what her song Heaven was about on Holy Fuck? I don't know. Obviously, this one is a much sweeter, less sexy tone, probably, although they are intertwined. They are interdang. So, but yeah, she was cute. She was sweet. Up next is a song called In My Head. Are we getting back to our mental health issues? Which I already have them. I know Demi has them. The whole world has them. Let's find out.
I should be an author. The way that I can twist every word, every story, and turn you into the hero. I'll make you the guy who gets the girl in the glory. Yeah, I should be a doctor. Be everything I'm not. Could play every single part, and I still call it whatever. And I could do it to get you off my mind. But you're still in my head. I can't help but think about the life I live if I could just get over this. You're still
Who's in your head, Demi? Do we know? Let's see. No, Genius doesn't know who this is about. whose bed are we jumping back into? Okay. I should be an author the way that I can twist every word, every story, and turn you into the hero. I'll make you the guy who gets the girl and the glory. Oh. Anyone thrown back to Lie to Girls by Sabrina Carpenter? It's like, listen, red flags? Where? I can turn your red flags into any shade of the rainbow that I want. In fact, they are in fact the greenest of green flags. You know, not my imagination or my delusions. Yeah, I should be a doctor the way that I keep stitching myself back up before you get to reload. I bet I'll be back in your bed by tomorrow. So they keep firing shot after shot after shot, and somehow you keep healing and putting yourself back together. But you know what? Those stitches aren't actually healed. They're just barely sitting on the edge of being reopened. Okay. Pre-chorus, I could be everything I'm not. Could play every single part and you'll still call it whatever. I could do every single job, give you everything you want, and you'd still look for something better, and I try to get you off my mind. Okay, so this is a one-sided love. This is a love where it's like you give everything and everything. Like you are basically like the caretaker, the person who's like your Atlas holding up the world, holding the burden of the world of this relationship on your shoulders, and they're like, okay, surely there's something out there. And she's like, but you're still in my head, always in my head. And I can't help but think about the life I'd live if I could just get over this, but you're still in my head. So someone who's crawled their way into your psyche, living rent-free there, that you just can't seem to get over, even though they have consistently shown you time and time again how detrimental they are to your existence, how little they care about you. They simply are using you as a life preserver for their own life. And like it's not your job to prop up their whole world, babes.
This is a movie. You'd be on the screen, and even if you were mean, it would sound so poetic. They would be applauding before they cut to the credits. Yeah, you should be an actor.
Well, okay. Demi, okay. If this was a movie, you'd be on the screen, and even if you were mean, it would sound so poetic. They would be applauding before they got to the credits. Basically, it's the whole how we've all fallen for the enemies to lovers, rivals to lovers situation. Kind of like how the like bad boy, like, you know, person you really shouldn't like. And she's basically saying, like, sometimes the bad guy is just a bad guy. Yeah, you should be an actor the way you're making a scene and how you make me believe every word, every sentence. You don't have to say it. I know that I sound pathetic. Oh, actor. Really, have you tried that profession? Because you seem to love to lie to yourself and lie to me all the damn time. And yeah, that's all for the lyrical content of the song. I really do like this one. I think it's kind of acknowledging those relationships where it's like you're like basically said early in this album, like she's having to let you go and like it's something, but always realizing that a part of you still haunts her. And she's, I guess, not sure when that part is going to go away, even though she really wants it to. Okay. After that is the track Kiss, which we've already heard. She's a fun one. She's a sexy number. Then we have a track 10, Before I Knew You. Okay, is this going to be a Before I Knew You good thing or bad thing? Because based off in my head, I hope it's good.
I'd like to think that we were good at the start. Before I saw that you were playing a part. What a time, what a line, what a scene. I fixed it, I only look back sometimes. Cause I wish I left you right where I found you. Wish I put you in a billion now. I need a second opinion. Wish I could go back to the way I was. I let me more before I knew you.
Oh, wait, why do I feel like this is going to be one of my favorite songs? Is anyone like, I reacted to it earlier this year, Twilight Zone by Ariana Grande? I don't know, like just like hearing it reminds me of that. So, which I know Demi and Ariana have done a song together before, but ooh, the girlies are like going through their healed era is quite something, isn't it? I'd like to think that we were good at the start before I saw that you were playing a part. What a time, what a line, what a scene, what a fool that you made out of me. Basically going back to in my head where it's like you should be an actor because you definitely played your part and you played me for the fool, babes. P-course, I missed it. I missed the red flags. The signs so cryptic. Too much to unpack. It's fine. I fixed it. I only look back sometimes because it's like, listen, like I recognize my mistakes now. Like, the signs were all there, even if they were written in Morse code and I couldn't quite figure it out. But you know what? But sometimes I look back, wish I left you right where I found you. Wish I still knew nothing about you. Wish I could go back to the way I was. I liked me before I knew you. You did not change me for the better. This is not wicked. We were not changed for the good. We were changed for the worse. It's like, they're like, what the fuck was, like, what was that time? Used to think we're 2 in a billion. Now I think I need a second opinion. Wish I could go back to the way I was. I liked me before I knew you. It's basically like, call in the love doctors, call in the love police, because what the hell happened? Because obviously my judgment wasn't quite up to par for what I needed to be, because now I am left scarred, wishing that I had never met you, babes.
I tried so hard to be somebody else. You liked me small enough to fit on your shelf. Let it go, sunny, Josie.
You know, earlier when I said we must be dancing through the fields, now I believe we are ascending into the clouds. I just feel like heaven is around us in the sonics of this song. I tried so hard to be your somebody else. You liked me small enough to fit on your shelf. What a pro, selling me jealousy. Selling me jealously or jealousy? I'm not sure. What a fool that you made out of me. Okay. She's like, I tried so hard to be something other than, like, your person, to be something else to you. And you managed to find a tiny little spot on your shelf, a notch in your belt, babes. Now, obviously, we're looking at, like, I'm looking at this through a romantic lens, but I also, like, hearing these lyrics, couldn't help but think, like, this could really apply to any, like, platonic, professional, or familiar relationship of someone you brought into your life and you just, like, either didn't see the signs or you spent your entire time with them justifying all the shit that they did to you. And then it's just like, oh, wait, what? Like, what was I thinking? Like, why did I even let this happen? So yeah. Then up next is the closing track, Ghost. It is 4 minutes and 15 seconds long. By far the longest song on this album, and it's a rarity to see a 4 minute or longer track nowadays. So I don't know if this is going to be super sad or if it's going to be super emotional or healing or what, but I don't know. I feel like if Demi's going to have a soaring moment, it's going to be on this song. So
You and me, I hope we're falling for eternity. Heavenly, hold me and promise that you'll never leave. But if you go before I do, I hope you flicker the lights and send a chill down my spine. If you're not here by my side, just show me some kind of sign that you're close. Wanna be haunted for life by your ghost.
wow. Okay, so you do got me feeling emotions. Maybe we were, funny that I bring up Twilight Zone in the last track, because I feel like these last 2 tracks, in fact, took me to the Twilight Zone with the vibes. You and me, I hope we're falling for eternity. Heavenly, hold me and promise that you'll never leave. It's basically like, you're not allowed to leave me. Doesn't matter how. I don't care if you're ripped from this earth. You, in fact, will find me in the afterlife. The one thing that I'm scared of is that your love could be temporary. I could die just looking at you, but if you go before I go. She's like, I recognize forever. Forever is a daunting concept, and temporary, she's just not gonna work for me. Then she says, I hope you flicker the lights and send a chill down my spine so cold. Want to be haunted for life by your ghost. She said, forever is in fact true. So if you are no longer on this earthly plane and I still am, you must haunt this house. You must haunt me. Your ghost must stay by my side. If you're not here by my side, just show me some kind of sign that you're close and want to be haunted for life by your ghost. She's looking for a lot of signs in this album. Okay. Well, I thought it might be a ballad, but Demi gonna make me cry.
I have a tendency to dwell on all the darkest possibilities. No guarantee that we'll wake up together when we fall asleep. And if I am the first one to go, you know I never leave you alone. Wanna be haunted for life by your ghost.
I don't know what that outro situation is. Demi Lovato, you gave me red eyes to match my red lipstick, let's face it. As someone who has had a very grief-stricken year, this one hurt me. I have a tendency to dwell on all the darkest possibilities. We obviously know, given the theme of the song, No guarantee that we'll wake up together when we fall asleep. Going to move past that? That hurts. That hurts me a little too much. Bridge. And if I am the first one to go, you know I never leave you alone. So baby, don't leave me alone. She's like, I would do this for you. I would haunt your ass too. So you will haunt mine. Okay. And then that outro. I don't know what that outro was. I need to sit with that one because like that was unexpected. It wasn't what I thought was gonna happen. Okay? Really was not what I thought was gonna happen. But that is the end of the reaction. So let's hop into our final thoughts and rankings. So Demi Lovato has re-entered the pop sphere, and I think it's a pretty solid album. Production is really interesting. Production really just depends on your personal taste, and some things may hit more than others for me on this album. But must I say, Ghost. Watch that be my favorite song on the album, and it'd be like the most emotionally sad paired back. Oh, well, not even paired back. I like the production. Production to me, the reason I'm a production girly is because while words can paint an image, I am so transported to thoughts and feelings by sound. Like, I'm such a sensory listener. Like, I'd say this like when I first heard the manuscript, like the first note of the manuscript on Tortured Poets Department, if you saw that, like I was immediately emotional. Like that was a note. So to me, like hearing the opening of Ghost, like that production really just took me someplace. Like I said, the images that I was like being transported to, the feelings that I was given throughout this album based on the production was quite interesting. As of right now, I would say that Ghost is really up there as like a favorite. And maybe in my head, I have to sit with it. It's probably been a few days, maybe a week since I officially reacted to this album, so you're seeing my tentative final ranking on the screen. I honestly don't know. Like, this is an album that I need to go back and listen to top to bottom and see where I'm feeling things out. Because I love me a dance pop number, but also you gotta remember, dance pop seems to be the vibe of all the girlies lately. So there's a lot to sink our teeth into. But let me know what you thought of the album. What is your ranking, your top 3, top 5, maybe the whole album. And I will see y'all in the next one.